All right, you're good.
Welcome to Inspire, Innovate, Ignite, Conversations That Count, sponsored by sacredyou.love. I'm Sue Rumack, a member and a host on sacredyou.love, and I'm also tonight's facilitator for our incredible conversation all about love. Our topic is soulful relationships, exploring the heart of love. And this tender panel it's going to be a discussion that invites viewers to journey into the deep, sacred spaces of human connection, where the language of the heart speaks volumes beyond mere words. So picture a gathering infused with warmth and vulnerability, where relationship experts like our panelists, poetic souls and soulful storytellers come together to give deep meaning to the transformative power of love's gentleness. Conversations like this one are one of the many reasons that I'm a member of Sacred You. And Sacred You truly is a very unique community. So before we start, hello to our audience, and please put into the chat where you're located, and what you would like to find out about love and the heart of love tonight from our panel. And we will try our best to answer your questions. Hello to all of our beautiful panelists. We have Alicia Alexander, we have Beverly Akhurst and Anick Patry, and we are going to take a moment now for them to introduce themselves and tell us why they're excited about this particular conversation about exploring the heart of love. So let's start with Alicia. Alicia, a little bit about yourself and why you're interested or excited about this topic tonight.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. My name is Alicia Alexander, and my company is Make a Difference Consulting. I am passionate about this topic because I believe in love. I believe in interpersonal relationships, and I think it's healthy to talk about it.
I agree. And since we're going to have such a diverse panel, I think we're going to get so many different perspectives. Beverly, you're up next. Beverly Akhurst.
Hey, Sue.
Hey. Oh no, you're breaking up completely. Try Beverly. Oh dear. Okay. Beverly, I'm going to ask you to
Vancouver.
She can't hear me.
I'm actually in Penticton, but I'm from Vancouver.
Okay, Beverly.
No.
Beverly, you're breaking up, sweetheart. Yes, you are. Try log out and come back in, and we will reintroduce
able to hear
you.
me?
Oh, we can hear you better now. Yes,
I can.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
No, you're good. You're good now. Don't do anything. Beverly, a little bit about you and why you're excited about this.
Okay, I'll do this without video on so you can hopefully have me stay.
Yes.
I'm in Penticton, but I'm from Vancouver, BC, and I run Rhythm of Your Life and Ocean Breath Yoga. And I'm excited about this because it's the heart of everything I do. This is Bhakti Yoga, is that beautiful love relationship, but the relationship with yourself. And it's my relationship with me that guides all my relationship with all of love.
Beautiful. Well, I can't wait to see how you bring yourself to our questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Anick Patry.
Good morning, everyone. So good to be here with you today. I'm really excited about this topic, very juicy, because love, soulful relationships is the essence of why we're here on earth. You know, we're always relating to somebody, or we're always in relationships, and the primary relationship that matters the most is the relationship with self. And it is at the core of the work that I'm doing on this planet, the mission that I'm on, which is about activating the heart that is linked to the throat with a lot of voice work. And I'm an intuitive business mentor, and I'm a voice activator. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I'm an international best-selling author and a retreat facilitator. And the core of my work is really to help unlock this incredible potential that we have within, and all of that is happening by loving ourselves first and being able to be in harmonious and loving relationship with life and with others, in communicating our truth and receiving others' truth as well. So all in harmony. So that's really, it's going to be a really beautiful session today. I'm excited to be here and honored. Thank you.
Oh, we're honored to have you, Anick. Thank you, everybody, for introducing yourselves. And we're going to learn lots more about what you think about love through our questions. And we're going to start with the very first one now. In your opinion, what is the essence of love? How does understanding love's essence influence our sense of self and our relationships with others? So I'm going to start with Beverly on this one. In your opinion, what is the essence of love, and how does that influence our sense of self and our relationships?
Thanks, Sue. Get me through before we lose me again. You use some very interesting words, essence, and everything you said. It's to do with the smell, the scent of something, using our senses, using this experience that is through the physical to get to the internal. I think for me, the essence is the experience with self. You can't have an external experience of love before you have that internal one that connects you to the divine. So my experience of life, whether it's touching a tree, having my feet on the earth, feeling the sun on my body, that's the experience that creates the go-between between the material world and my very felt experience of this life and my very spiritual experience of it. And love itself, even though the word comes from the root of loba, which is greed, it's not greed as we know it. It's that needing to be fully immersed in myself before I can then fully connect with another. Otherwise, I would lose myself. And so I think it's like a dance. It's the essence of it is a dance. It's that continual coming back. If you've ever heard one of the stories of the moon, it's that the moon is with her beloved, the sun. And that's when she's full. And then but she knows she needs to be away from him to be fully herself. So she dances away, and that's when she's new. And she looks across the ballroom and she sees him again and says, I love being with me, but I also love him. And she dances back to him. And I think that's the dance that I'm always doing. It's coming to self, feeling that deeply, and then seeing what else there is outside of myself that I'm attracted to, that balances me. And that's, I think, the essence of everything.
What a lovely way of explaining it. The essence of love has to start within ourselves first, and then go outward and come back in and go back out again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Alicia, oh, my pleasure. Alicia, in your opinion, what is the essence of love? And how does that influence our sense of self and our relationship with others?
Well, I would say that the essence of love begins with the divine and understanding our relationship with the divine. There's three types of love that we can speak of. There's the agape love, there's the eros love, and there's the phileo love. And understanding those three types of love, one is divine, one is brotherly, and one is sensual. We can understand the essence of love to be unique and beautiful and just divine.
I love the way that you took it across three different aspects of being human. And I think that that's something that we quite often forget, is that the essence isn't just one thing, it's a combination. And as Beverly said, it's loving ourselves first and then going out and expressing that with another person and dancing back and finding out more about ourselves. Ooh, this is getting juicy. Very juicy, as Anick said. Thank you, Alicia. Anick,
You're welcome.
in your opinion, what is the essence of love, and how does understanding it influence our sense of self and our relationships with others?
It's $1 million question, isn't it? It's a big question.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's not in a few minutes conversation that but I guess it's a feeling in the first place. Love, the essence of love is a feeling, is something, and is a knowing. Is a feeling, is a knowing. And what I mean by that is love is who we are. Essentially, it's our essence. We are love. It's not something that's coming externally. It's not something that we're going to go and buy at the shop or find in relationships, or we're not going to get love externally. Love is the essence. The essence of love is who we truly are. We are love. And then when the mind comes in the way, and when the ego comes in the way, and when our ancestral traumas come in the way, then love becomes fear. So that's a little bit the dance of incarnating as a human being and interacting with the world. It's
true.
It's that dance of, I'm love, I'm scared, I'm expanded, I'm contracted, I'm here, I shy away. It's this dance we have between the love, the divine, divine. We are divine. We are divine. Our essence is pure. Our essence is untouched. Our essence is love. And I guess we know that we are in love when we feel good, when we're doing things that we love, that we enjoy, when we are giving ourselves permission to be ourselves, when we're not trying to please or give our power away to any external sources, to any people outside ourselves. That's when we're in love. That's when we're in our divinity, our essence. And that's very powerful. Love is not washy-washy. Love is really powerful.
I'm going to ask you to lead into the next question. I'm going to ask because that's where you're heading. You're actually moving right into my next question. So you get to start it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Can you share a personal moment of introspection or revelation where you personally felt a deep resonance with the essence of love within yourself?
Okay, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, it's long. Always, my questions are always long. Can you share a moment of introspection or revelation where you felt that deep essence of love within yourself?
Oh yeah, many moments. Every day I experience it. Every single day I experience being in my essence and being in love, because I made it the commitment. I made this awareness practice to be part of my human existence. One of a couple of big events that happened in my life or a few events actually, when my father died 28 years ago. I was really young, and that awareness that we're not we're eternal as a soul, but we're not eternal on this planet. So to really make the most of this life, like that day, I remember that I made a decision. I was quite young, that I would never wait, because my dad was waiting for his pension to go traveling and live his life. So he was working really hard. He was a bus driver. I was working really hard, and he basically didn't have time. He was always stressed. And the gift that he gave me by making that choice for himself and dying very young because he was too stressed. I thought, okay, listen, I'm not going to wait for my pension to live my passion. I'm going to go travel the world, which I did. I'm going to, you know what I mean? I hitchhiked on a boat to come to Australia, and I've done like crazy things, but I really thought, listen, I'm not going to wait to live my life. I'm going to live my passion now, not wait for my pension, which, a lot of humanity, that's what they do. They do a job because it's comfortable and it feels safe and it brings money. But like diving into the unknown is scary. And it's better to stay safe than, going into.
So for you, this deep resonance of love was the experience of it for you was to dive into life and not wait.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding you correctly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is what I'm channeling now. I mean, we haven't prepared this conversation. It's really it's a co-creation. So it's completely free form, which I love. I'm willing to dive in. That I love being in flow, but it's this awareness of this human body is here for a time. So what is my mission? What am I here to experience and to contribute? Like these are very powerful questions. Like, what am I here to experience? When I wake up in the morning, what am I here to contribute to this world? And what am I here to experience? I want to have fun. I want to be that love, that bundle of joy, that bundle of love, that bundle of ecstatic bliss. That's my goal.
On that note, we're going to move this over to Alicia and ask her to tag on to all this massive bombshell of love that you just gave us all. Thank you, Anick. Alicia, Heart of Love.
Thank you so much. Anick, you're very good at that. I liked it. Well, I would have to say that experiencing love is to know that love is within you, and you have the ability to share that gift that's within you to others. How I experience love is through my children, having my children and being able to, just raise them in a way that they can be proud to be who they are.
I tend to agree with you. The first moment, I mean, I had been in love. I was madly in love with my husband and loved my family. But the first moment that I truly understood the essence of it was when I had my first child and my second child. It was that procreation, bringing another life, lives that were conceived in love, that totally blew me away. Thank you, ladies. The first two answers have been so perfect. Beverly, hard act to follow. Can you share a moment of a personal moment of introspection, revelation, where you felt that deep resonance of the essence of love?
Absolutely.
Turn off your camera.
I had
Turn off your
many
camera. Turn off your camera.
Right.
Perfect. Okay.
Turning it off.
Perfect. Now we can hear you.
There.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Anick, I've had many moments that were about, you have to live life to experience it. But I think the one moment that really, truly stands out for me was on my 50th birthday. I was already following my passion, my heart, my purpose. And I went to a gathering called Bhakti Fest. And Bhakti is heart-centered yoga. It's everything from the heart. And I did 2 days out in the desert on my own first. I was chanting mantras when the festival started till, 3 a.m. and doing yoga all day long. And it was all bhakti yoga and tantra. And tantra is about that tension that we create within life. Tan is tension. And I remember close to the last day being in class with one of my teachers. And all of a sudden something hit me and I just sat straight up, tears pouring down my face. And she came over and she whispered, she said, "You okay?" And I said, "Absolutely." Because what I'd had was literally one of those lightning bolt moments of realizing that I was madly, deeply, passionately in love with myself. That thing that we're never told about as children. It's about do for others, love others, make yourself bendable to others. And that's everything outside of ourselves. There's not a lot in life as a child, especially in the 70s, 80s, that was get to know you, truly love yourself madly, deeply, so that you can then love others in a very healing, beautiful, empowered space. And I think even you saying that your children were the biggest moment for you, it's even in this moment, it's quite an eye-opener. I don't have children, but they grow within you. So who else would you be more deeply connected to than the children that come from your body rather than a partner? And I think for me, that moment was for everything that I've been doing to live my purpose of life, that was a moment that switched everything in me to the understanding that I am a piece of the brilliance of the universe. And who am I to discount that? Who am I to not show myself the love first and foremost before moving towards another and letting another dictate possibly how I love myself and how I show up in life. Yeah. So that for me is, I think, one of the most defining moments.
I think we all have defining moments, and this goes for our audience as well. If you've ever had a defining moment where all of a sudden the totality of the essence, the vibrational frequency, the whatever you want to call it about love hit you, please put it in our chat. We would love to hear from you. Because that would just add to our overall experience of this conversation. Are we ready for the next question? Are you ready? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I think that Beverly just led into it for us. The question is, how do our past experiences and beliefs shape our perception and the experience of love's essence? So Beverly has already led into that. I'm going to come back to Alicia. Where perhaps you alluded to your children being the deepest part of your essence of love. Could you build out on that a little bit more? You could even bring in your professional experience of how touching people in a professional way also deepens your essence of perception of love in a more general way, if you like, without getting too detailed, of course.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, I believe that one, for me, God is love and love is within me. So it's divine, and then being able to birth another human and love that human, one that's, I will say, not defenseless, but depends on you. You have the opportunity to shape that life and bring it into a beautiful place on this earth. Love for me is unfailing. It's unfailing because love can see you through anything, love never fails. And so when all is said and done, love is the essence of knowing you are loved by God himself, and you have the opportunity to love others, loving your children, loving others as in interpersonal relationships. One of the principles that I teach is called physical touch. And in the workplace, that's limited to handshakes, a good firm handshake, a fist bump, a high five, or a pat on the back. In a interpersonal romance relationship, we take that step further by a kiss, a hug, a gentle touch. So the reason why I bring up the two scenarios, whether the workplace and the interpersonal romantic relationship, is because we as humans, we need that physical touch. We need that feeling of belonging. And that's what love is. Helping you to feel appreciated, valued, and that you belong with another.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Anick, you're going to bring up the the rear on this one. You're going to tie it all together for us.
Yeah, I need your question again.
Yeah. Yeah, personal experience, past experience, beliefs, how does that shape our experience of love's essence, do you think?
Oh, massively.
Mm.
Massively, yeah. Our experiences and the belief system that we built as a child from, our primary environment with our primary carers at home, like with our family, that really, yeah, how we've seen our parents interacting together, how they interacted with us. It really shaped a lot of our self-esteem, self-confidence, and yeah, like being in accepting ourselves and knowing ourselves. It's really, then you can spend your life, the rest of your life, deconstructing that. And the best way I found to deconstruct who you are not, like the false ego self, is the best way that works for me, and that's what I share with my clients, and that seems to give amazing results. It's really to follow your passion, to do what you love, and to aim for joy in every single day by doing the things that you have inside of your heart that you were born with, and they get blurred by false beliefs, and really to deconstruct that as well on a not just on an etheric or just as an idea concept. It requires to take actions, to really act. If you want a different result and you sit there in contemplation, I mean, I'm a fan of meditation and all that. I love contemplation. It's a very important part of my practice, daily practice for my well-being. But I think it's really in taking new actions, courageous actions from our heart, from love, from passion, from joy, from taking action will help to reframe a new belief. Like, say, showing up in this conversation today, like, we show up in conscious spaces, spiritual spaces, elevating spaces in that kind of conversation, the more we become that person who dare to express themselves, who dare to believe in their message, who dare to come and say, hey, I've got something to offer, I've got something to share that might help you to change your life, that might help you to be more confident, to be happier, to be more prosperous.
Let me ask you something then, because you're talking about generalities. Let's, for our audience, because you've got some brilliant points here, Anick. Let's, for our audience, kind of suck this all down to a pivot of some kind, where we talk about that heart of love, the soulful relationship. Where does all of this wonderful largeness come into the soul of relationships? And this is not a question. This is not a question that was on our list, so we're just free-forming here. What you love?
Yeah, I think I need a bit more precision in
in the question.
The way I receive your question is vague.
Yes, it is. So we're really talking about soulful relationships and how we get to that soul touch in our relationships through that essence of love that you're describing. We're talking about person-to-person relationships.
Yeah, right. Well, again, I think it's very related. It's in the actions, in how we're showing up, and how we our behaviors and our actions are super linked to loving, soulful relationships, how we're showing up for ourselves and for others. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really a loving way to show up is a courageous way to show up. Like, you know what I mean? If your partner pushes your button and triggers you and has just been a dick, there's been a real, you know what I mean? To keep loving is challenging. It's, let's call a spade a spade. being in soulful relationship, it means to be an acceptance and to show up in a way to like to put some boundaries, say, you know, like there's some behaviors that won't be acceptable for you. And I mean, it's deep. I mean, that's how I receive it. I mean, it's
Yep.
just,
No, you're
yeah.
moving in the direction I was asking. Thank you. I'm gonna pull in Alicia now, if you don't mind.
I'd like to answer this.
Yeah. I kind of like to have your take on that. How do we have those soulful relationships from the heart, that people crave? Oh, Beverly said she'd like to answer the question. Can you hold on a second? If Alicia is ready to answer, that'd be amazing.
No, you probably can go ahead. Beverly
I'm
can go
sorry?
ahead. Beverly
Okay.
can go ahead.
Okay, Beverly, turn your camera off. There you go. Great.
Yep. Sorry. No, I just thought I was liking the whole chain of the question. I thought before we move on to another one, I'd love to dive in, because they both of their answers, you know, when things bubble to the surface, you just follow what's bubbling up.
Bubble, please.
And
bubble.
Yeah. And I was having a thought. We talk about love as if it is the thing, but for me, I came to a realization one time that love can't happen without beauty, but we mistake beauty for just prettiness. And beauty is everything of nature that we see. It's rainbows, it's the sunsets, it's the sound of the ocean. It is that person that stands in front of you that somebody else might not think is beautiful, that turns our heart to this melted mess that make us angry, that make us sad. And it's that moment where we do look at ourselves. And I really think if we sourced beauty more in our lives, that we would find love more. And love, I think Anick was touching on it, is that tantric thing. You know, the West is very good at taking something and messing with it, making tantra all about sex. And tantra really is this tension. When you bring another into your life, and you know, that's supposed to be our goal, isn't it? That we balance ourselves with another, but it's about creating a tension. And tension doesn't happen when everything's just all, okay, I'm never going to get mad. I'm never going to say what I think. I'm just going to try to do everything to make you happy. There's no tension in that. The tension comes from us being our truest selves and seeing how that fits with the other and not giving in to ourselves. And then they have to find that middle ground. And we always are doing this balancing of keeping the tent in a place where we can climb into it and utilize it, where it won't collapse under the weight of rain and wind. And that's really truly love, that place of understanding that it's not about perfection. It's about this constant tension of back and forth, of finding you, not giving you up, but giving in enough that there's a tension that never stops understanding who we all are, because you can't love yourself and discount somebody else being who they need to be. It will never work. There's no tension and there's just a battle.
That's the direction I was hoping somebody would go in. And Anick, you started it. Beverly, you continued it. Alicia, do you have something you'd like to add to that?
Yes. Excuse me. I was just writing down, taking some notes here, but what came to me is that we can love, the essence of love can be within us so much that you can want to give. It's not love in an interpersonal relationship. There's give and there's receive, not take, but receive, because it's both people are doing the giving. Someone has to receive and the other has to, you know, they both have to receive, they both have to give.
Yep, that brings it right down to the essence, doesn't it? Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful summation on that. I love it. We have a couple more questions. We've got not enough time to, of course, do them all. I think I've got, which would you like to answer? What inner qualities do we need to give ourselves permission to? So what do we need to give ourselves permission to truly connect and open our hearts to love? What do we have to allow in ourselves that we might not have allowed before?
I'm thinking we need to be able to continue what I was saying. We need to be able to receive the love that someone's giving to us.
Yeah, I think that's very true.
It could be corporate setting, it could be interpersonal setting, but the same essence is that we're giving and we have to be able to receive it.
I think for me, that was always the hardest part. I had so much ability to give. And yet when people wanted to give it back to me, it was like, oh no, it's okay. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I wasn't.
You're blocking their blessing by doing that, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know that way back. I know that now, but I certainly didn't know that back then. But that's such a good point, Alicia. Thank you. Perfect.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I would love to, a story that I'd love to share with you. The audience here is, as you said, receiving can be really challenging because we haven't been wired and conditioned in that space of receiving, and the feminine energy is all about receiving, being penetrated sexually. I mean, it's all the feminine is intuitive and is all about receiving. And society, whatever, we haven't been programmed to receive. But what I experienced is a near-death experience and a big illness in 2017. I've never been sick in my entire existence, and it was so out of my range I would never thought I'd be, affected by something like that. And it was massive, like very traumatic. But anyway, the gift in that experience is I've learned to receive, and starting from scratch, because I couldn't walk anymore. I lost 20 kilos. I was skin and bones. So I was very dependent of the outside world, exactly like a little baby. So that was being reborn again, being like a little child. And I had to learn to receive tenderness, people brushing my hair, giving me showers, like, an adult, a woman. Like, I had to really learn to receive from scratch, like being taken to bed, being like everything, people shopping for me, cleaning for me, all of these little things that we take for granted that we do on a daily basis. I had to learn to receive all of the affection, the compassion, the services, the help, the support like never before. So for me, it was like a really being reborn and learn to receive and ask, and being very vulnerable, because receiving is vulnerable, is open.
It
It's
is.
very
It's
open.
very vulnerable.
And so, like if we want to receive these big download, our next step, what our next step is from the divine, from the universe, to be able to having that capacity to receive and act on it, it requires the heart to be open. It requires to be present and willing to receive. It's a real it's to be healthy and in love with ourselves and others. Is this healthy, the figure 8, I give and receive, this constant flow. I give and I receive, my cup is full, I give and I receive. And it's this beautiful dance that we need to learn, ideally master in this lifetime as a human being. It would be great.
Isn't it wonderful that both you and Alicia both shifted into the same lane? You're both saying exactly the same things and supporting each other's idea of receiving as being at the heart of giving soul-filled love. I love it. Beverly.
Beautiful.
I know you have some ideas on this.
Oh yeah. I like where this has gone. I really do. It's not, you can talk about love. Oh, love is so light, the prince and the princess, they fall in love, they go off, they get married, they live in the castle. But that is
fun too.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the castle and live forever.
Rapunzel, let down your hair. But Yeah, I like what they were just touching on, because the idea still exists no matter all the work we do. That idea that love is being saved. You're in love when you're saved from something. And there's so many women that wait to be saved, and when they're not, they think that they're trapped somewhere. Because, every fairy tale, what is it? They're trapped in sleep. They're trapped in a turret. They're trapped somewhere until love comes along. And I can't tell you how many women I work with who, if I ask them to really visualize what's going on in the space, because of their hearts, it comes up as a brick wall, or some form of fortress that is protecting this space. I mean, for me, after I'd landed on a cardiac unit at 42, I think it was more that I overworked it. Like, it was like building up a big, strong muscle, and it was so strong that it didn't need anyone or anything. I'm like, okay, I've got to let the muscle soften a bit. I actually have to let it soften to let the love in, and the love came for me as me. But that doesn't mean that, we look at love as all about relationship with an other, as opposed to all relationship. And it's not just being saved. We are safe. I think when we truly feel love, it's when we understand that we're safe in the world. We're safe showing up as ourselves. We're safe expressing ourselves. That it's okay if somebody doesn't like what we say, or how we dress, or how we look, or what it is we've done in our past. It doesn't matter. And we're always safe, no matter what, because we exist in our hearts. We are our hearts. We are that center point. And everything else is attracted to us. It's like a water droplet. A water droplet has this amazing energy at its center that attracts all the particles to it. They're so desperate to be part of that center that they will form a water droplet and hold it steady. And we have these bodies that love us so much that they're so attracted to the energy of who we are that they surround us, they press in, and they form the shape of us. And we don't think we're beautiful enough, good enough for love. And yet there are trillions of beings surrounding us, pushing in towards us because they think we are the most incredible thing they've ever experienced in all of life. And can you imagine if we all looked at ourselves every day in the mirror like that? There are trillions of beings surrounding me, looking at me, waiting to be with me, waiting to do for me every bloody day. Wow. Damn, I'm worthy of something more.
Damn, you're worthy of some of that. I love it. So we have been talking about soulful relationships. We weren't talking about religion. We weren't talking about the universal soul. We were talking about soulful, filled up souls, our hearts as souls. We've been exploring the heart of love without getting all sappy and romantic and spiritual. And yet at the same time, we have been sitting in the heart of love and expressing it from our own perspectives. 3 very powerful, very loving and in love women. And doesn't mean you have to be in love with a person other than yourself to start with. And that makes you both giving and receiving, because we are receiving what we are giving ourselves so that we know what that feels like, what it is to be in love, so that we can authentically share that out with those people who we are attracted to and are attracted to us, that means something to us, our children, our families, and then beyond and beyond and beyond. And into the workplace and into the grocery line or wherever else you feel like just expanding that broadcast of you're all worthy of love as human beings. So that has been our conversation today. Now it's time, that exciting moment when we get to talk about ourselves and what we do in the world for the world. And if we have something special we would like to give our audience as a reminder of who we are and an experience with us. So Alicia, since you're our newest member here, first time panelist with Soulful, with Sacred You. Tell us a little bit tell us about yourself and what you do, and if you have an offer that you would like to extend to our audience.
Thank you, Sue, for this opportunity. My company is Make a Difference Consulting, and I educate, I speak publicly, and I coach on the topic of authentic appreciation in the workplace, being able to help organizations retain their staff through authentic appreciation, which mitigates the high cost of turnover and increases net profits because of having a participatory work culture. Many people have said, that they faced in the past or currently toxic workplaces. We, through authentic appreciation, help to change that and make it so that the staff would feel valued and appreciated in what they do, and it would create a participatory work culture.
Beautiful. That sounds very, very comprehensive, and I think it's something that most corporations and businesses really need to have a professional step in to help with, because
Yes.
doing it on their own, they're too embedded in their own culture. They can't see the, what would you say it? They can't see the grass for the trees, or however that's said. Yeah, I love what you're doing, Alicia. Thank you. Is there something that you would like to offer the audience, a way for them to get in touch with you?
I would love to offer them a half an hour's consultation or a half an hour, whichever they choose. Because sometimes you get on a subject and you just start talking and the time gets away. So a half an hour or an hour. Again, my name is Alicia Alexander. The company is Make a Difference Consulting. The website is www.makeadifferenceconsulting.com, and I can be reached at 401-601-3207. Again, that's 401-601-3207. Thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, you're so welcome. And all of your information is going to be put into the comments below this video once it goes live on the various sites. So not to worry, people will be able to find you. And I'm sure they'll be excited about finding you. Anick, please tell us about yourself and what you're offering our audience today. You know how to do this so well. You've done it so many times.
Well, I mean, thank you for this beautiful, elevating conversation. It was great. Everyone shared just amazing women with such big heart and so much wisdom here. So very grateful for being part of this panel today. Well, I am Anick Patry. My link will be down below. I think the best way to connect is on Linktree, because Linktree has all the updates, all the platforms where I speak, on YouTube, on TikTok, and Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the Instagram, they're all there. In terms of an invitation for an offering for you, I would highly recommend that you watch my my masterclass to stop worry about other people think of you. I think that would be a really good start there. Watch that masterclass. That would help you greatly. It's a free masterclass, so it's full of gem, very high value. Masterclass like that would be usually $222. So there's so much value in that masterclass on YouTube. So just go on my Linktree, find that. And if you feel an energy, you want to connect, because we're energetic beings. If you'd love to connect, and you feel that I could be your next mentor, you want to be helped with your purpose, with your passion, with being you and doing what you love in life, book a one-on-one call. Again, on Linktree, there's a Calendly there. So book a call and let's meet. I love having juicy conversation and meeting beautiful friends like you. So yeah, book a call and let's see if I can help you in the highest to so you can live your soul purpose and have an epic life and have a lot of fun.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
I know that absolutely the right people are going to be connecting with you.
Thank you, Sue. Thanks for
You're welcome, Anick.
that.
Beverly, tell us
Hello.
a bunch about you and if you have an offering for our audience today.
Absolutely. And I just want to echo what they said. I really loved this panel and I appreciate like being back here with Anick, and it was so nice to meet Alicia. My name's Beverly Akhurst. I'm the owner of Rhythm of Your Life and Ocean Breath Yoga. Rhythm are the underlying laws of nature that govern everything in the material world. And this is the root of all love. If we come back into relationship, rhythm, rituals, into the writing of these things that are our truest essence, that are our purpose, then myself included, we come back into this beautiful relationship, a loving relationship with the whole of our life. This is my why, my purpose. This is what I'll be doing for the rest of my life. It took me a lot of big moments. It took me a 7-day visit to a cardiac unit to come to this realization. Rather funny that it had to do with the heart. And I will be spending the rest of my life doing this. I run retreats. I coach one-on-one. I am a published author. I write. It is my joy to write. It is my joy to speak. And it is my joy to find ways for women to reconnect to this beautiful place of being them, being in that beautiful tantric space of loving themselves, finding that tension within themselves. I want them to break down those brick walls. I want them to look in a mirror every day and go, wow, I am pretty damn amazing. And I have every right to ask for what I need. I want them to feel their strongest, their healthiest, their most passionate. I just want them to live again. It's not that we don't live, but there's a way to live that brings just purpose and exhilaration. And there's a way that we live that's just trying to get us to the end. I want to work with people who choose the pathway to go with exhilaration without needing safety, without needing to know what the next moment's going to carry, but being open to all the moments. And they can reach me at rhythmofyourlife.com. I'm also Beverly Akhurst on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I think I might have to get a link tree, Anick. And you can book a 40-minute session with me if you feel called to converse. I'm happy to help you with whatever I can those 4 minutes. And if you feel called to work farther, absolutely, let's do it. But we must be able to work together and we must be able to support each other. Me to help you and you to be you. That's it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. You have just offered some beautiful things to our audience. I'm Sue Rumack. I am a member of Sacred You, and I'm also a tribe host, an interest group tribe host on Sacred You, Life Force Activators, and we meet every Monday evening? Yes, every Monday evening, Eastern AEST, Australian time, at 8:30 p.m. I'm also, in my other life, we all have other lives. I'm a life coach. I'm a channeler. I'm an energy worker, an energy healer, an author, an artist. I've been so many different things, and it all comes back to heart. It all comes back to connecting within so that we can go without. I know that sounds like a very airy-fairy statement, but when we're dealing with overwhelm, I am an overwhelm strategist, and my specialty is overwhelm coaching. My company is called Calm the Overwhelm Coaching Services. Very clear. No spiritual name. Very clear. Calm the Overwhelm Coaching Services. And I help highly sensitive people, empaths, who are just on that verge of losing it all, a burnout, to energetically read their environment, learn how to filter and block and return other people's consuming energies gently without confrontation, and in that way take back not just their space, but control their lives, get back their health, and find themselves again, all without a lot of stress. It's really a very beautiful process. I offer Calm the Overwhelm programs such as empath shielding workshops, which we're in the middle of right now. We just started a brand new cohort of 6 sessions, and we'll be offering it again probably the beginning of July. So if anybody's interested in learning how to shield yourself from other people's overwhelming energy, you'll find my links below and contact me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to find out what it is that you need and whether or not we are a good fit. So my information is all down below. I also work with women who are going through very messy, dangerous divorces. And we strategize. We use energy to protect and heal and connect. And it's all done so gently that you don't even realize that you're healing until all of a sudden you've taken back your life and it's a beautiful, vibrant place, and your divorce isn't even finished yet. So if you would like to connect with me, I would love to talk to you. I offer a Next Steps Life Blueprint. It's 60 to 90 minutes. It's free of charge. It's worth about $350, but it's free of charge. And there is a replay and written notes and your blueprint included in that. So come find me. I'd love to talk to you anytime. So here we are at the end of another incredible conversation. I would like to thank our panelists for everything that they have offered, all their wisdom, all their heart, all of their experience, helping us to look at soulful relationships in a different way. If anyone here is not yet a member of sacredyou.love and you would like to find out more about our incredibly unusual, unique community, which is not religious in any sense of the word, it's all about the Sacred Heart. Check out sacredyou.love. The link will be below. We offer a $1 US membership for 2 weeks, free, completely free, where you can access all of our past panel discussions, all of our tribe meetings. You can join tribes, up to 3 tribes, I think it is, for that 2-week period. Jump in and out of those tribes. We've got Life Force Activators, we've got EFT tapping, we've got entrepreneurs, we've got AI, we've got, oh my God, Feng Shui. I don't know how many more else I'm missing, but if Sophia would like to pop on, she's hiding behind that beautiful face in the very bottom of our screen, to talk about any of the tribes, more than welcome. Otherwise, if we have piqued your interest, if you would like to find out more about our community, how you can take part in more of these conversations, and our tribe meetings, click sacredyou.love. Check out our free trial, $1 American dollar for 2 weeks, and you get access to everything and all of our old recordings as well. And you won't want to leave. You'll want to stay forever because we just wrap you up in love. .love. Oh, there she is. There's Sophia. Hi, Sophia.
Talk about the heart of love, wrapping up everyone in love.
Yeah,
And
talking about the heart of love.
And sacredyou.love. Thank you, Sue, for another wonderful panel. And can I just take a moment, first of all, to thank everyone else, to thank Beverly and Anick and the beautiful Alicia for joining us. But I'd just like to take a moment to really honour our beautiful Sue Rumack, and for being a wonderful facilitator. And I do believe, Sue, this may be your last panel. Well, maybe, and I say maybe because Sue tends to jump in quite a lot, but this might be your last panel that you're facilitating for this year. You are a panelist on a few more that we are having, but this might be maybe. I think we might have to get you to come back.
Well, I know I didn't offer any panels for the summer because I didn't know what my summer was going to be like.
That's okay.
And yeah, that's why I didn't create any panel or suggest any panels. If we're offering panels again in the fall, I'll be back again offering more than again in the fall.
Yeah, but I think we can squeeze you in somewhere. I'm sure we'll find something for you. But I just really want to thank you, Sue, from the bottom of my heart, because you truly are a magnificent facilitator and an incredible woman, and I'm honoured to have you as part of Sacred You, and thank you for sharing everything. And of course, for everyone who's watching, or whether it's live or replay, as Sue said, just come and join us for $1, because the special thing about that is you get 2 weeks to join Sue's tribe, Life Force Activators, which is an amazing tribe. And plus all our other tribes that Sue's mentioned. We've got, I don't know, about 20 tribes. And you can try them out for 2 weeks. Come and join us. Click on the links below. And again, thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Anick. Great to see you. And thank you, Alicia, for joining us. And I hope everyone has had fun like I've had sitting here listening to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.